G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Part 2 of the canopy teardown is underway. So last you would have seen is the canopy completely torn down as it is now, and I chucked the old battery back in. Still currently not sitting where it was going to stay, but in the last month I've had a bit of a think, and this is actually going. So this battery will go, this tray will go, I'll use it somewhere else. And we've got a couple of new batteries from Kickass, which I've just got in the work car. So these are AGM still, but they are 170 amps each. So I've got 2 of them there, and we're going to pop those in. Just walk back over. I'm going to pop those in, probably one about here and the other one a little bit further down. Unfortunately, they didn't have the trays in stock when I bought them, so I'm just going to use a couple of tie-down straps until they come in stock, and then I'll swap them out afterwards. But for the time being, new battery will go probably about where my hand is, back that way, fill up that dead space there. And then part 3 of this series will be my King's drawer fridge and 2 King's single drawers, which I know last time I said I was going to build new drawers, but I think it's just easier just to get these and modify them in a way that makes it work for me. So they'll both go, one will go here, one will go here, and then that's this side pretty much 90% done, except for a couple of little wings just to hide this dead space around here and on this side. And then I'll make a new lid that runs all the way across, so you won't see the top of the drawers or the drawer fridge. And that's this side done. Also got the new 2000 watt inverter going in, so that will replace that one up the top there. And that's pretty much it for this episode. So we'll get into it. I'll set the tripod up and we'll start pulling this battery out. So as you can see, batteries are now in. Yes, it's a bit messy. These cables are a little bit long, but part 3 of this series is a box is getting built, probably around where my fingers are, straight across, and they'll sit underneath it. So you won't even see it, and I'll have a lot of dead space for the extra cable length and all that. So it's not the end of the world. I don't have the little brackets for them to sit in yet, as they were out of stock, and because they're the 170 amp hours, because they're a little bit longer, you can only get them from Kickass, I believe. So for now, that's it. We're going to pull this inverter out now and chuck in the new 2000 watt inverter, and that's pretty much should be it for the 12 volt system until I get those little brackets, but that might be after part 3. So one episode you'll just see them popped in those. I won't even film that part, but yeah, we'll pull this out now and get that started. Alright guys, so it's day 2 of part 2 of the canopy build series, and as you can see, we're on this side now. So hello. But I'm going to take the fridge quickly out. I just set it in place for the time being, but I originally flipped the door so that it would open this way, and we've decided that it's going to open this way now, because all this, so at the moment I've got the old inverter connector display screen, PowerPoint, and a switch for my lights here. That's all going to be moved onto a panel that's going to sit like that. So to get to this, I want to get this off, out, flip the door so that it opens up to the right, so it's a bit easier to use and we can still access all those switches. So I'm going to start with that, and then we're going to pull this apart and pull the old inverter out as well. So we'll start with this and get onto I'll set these up on the tripod. Alrighty, so last thing we did was all this. So we've just mocked up, oh, hang on, there we are, little panel. Originally, so down here is the bottom. Originally the power point was going to go here, but now it's going up top, a couple of switches and all the screens. So I'm just going to pop it in, see what it looks like, and then we'll get some carpet on it. Quickly sat everything in, see if I'm happy with all the positions. And I say once the fridge goes in, fridge will open up this way now. PowerPoint switches, they're all at like pretty much eye height, just a little bit higher than eye height. I'm just over 6 foot, so that's pretty good height. That's probably where it's going to sit now. So pretty happy with that. The display screen and the inverter screen, they're pretty low, so I can turn them on and off. And then this one, I'm not sure what it'll be used for. So the main PowerPoint will be this one. Probably be for the induction and the barbecue hot plate that I get, that is 240 volt. This one will be more for charging phones or like a blow dryer or hair dryer or anything like that for the missus. But yeah, fridge will go here, and then yeah, these will be accessible whenever the fridge is open or closed. So I'll take it all apart now and take it up to the shed and get it carpeted. Alright, so now it's all installed. See a few staples there just to stop the carpet from lifting while the glue sets. Pretty happy with how it turned out. The only thing I've got to do now is get this wire from here over to the batteries and get that wired up and take the inverter out and put this big one in. So I'm going to do that now. Righty guys, so everything is in. Fridge is just sitting in there for now. I'll just quickly zoom this camera out. So fridge is back in. Can't really see, so let's flick some lights back on. So replace the fuse that we blew. New power point is in. That is controlled by this screen, which if we zoom up, once it kicks in, there it goes. That power point now works, and so does the one up here. So it's a bit dark because it's starting to get late. This screen here just tells us everything from what we're drawing, how long to drain it. Because we got the inverter kicked in, it's also obviously jumped up. But if I turn that inverter off, when it turns off, that should drop back down to like 1 watt. Just here, we'll drop back down. Yeah, there it goes. So that's pretty cool. Eventually it'll make it way back down to the 1 or 2 watts. But yeah, so I've only got one battery wired up at the moment. I've just run out of some cable. So I'm only running 170 amp hours at the moment. But that will slowly go back up because that's obviously how long until it's completely flat. This switch just turns that back off. Fridge is still swinging this way. I think we're just going to leave it like that because we've got some plans for this little spot here. And we'll just quickly run around. Well, I won't show you too much on this side, but inverter's in. Just taking up the same space as the old one, and then you can kind of see, I'll get some photos, you can kind of see all the wiring there, so we're going to box that out or make something up so you can't see in there as much. But yeah, this is stage 2. I won't show you too much. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video so far. We've still got a little bit to go, so alright guys, so it's been a couple of weeks now. We're just waiting on a few parts, but canopy's now in the shed. It's also been wrapped, so that'll be in a later episode. You'll see the whole wrap, but we've got our final little bits and pieces while we've been waiting. Ecoxgear hooked us up with a new soundbar, and Polaris have also come on board and thrown a new light in, which I'm going to mount either up here or up here. I don't know yet. So I'm going to set these up on the tripod, and we'll start pulling all this out because the speaker is going here. Now I'm not putting anything here yet because there's something secret going in. Does that say King Grown? Aaron, please sponsor. Alright, as you can see, light's now secured. Just put a couple of P-clips. I'm going to change these screws out to black ones. And the end of the lead's there. So, get some cable and stick that up in there and join it. And then just around here, I'm going to bring it down and wire it up to here. So then I'll have a new switch for it. Guys, so did a little bit last night and we've practically got the canopy back together. Put the light bar in, obviously, wired it up, chucked the join up in here, and then just ran it back through, ran it down to this switch here. So if I flick that, nothing happens until you press that switch, which is what I wanted, just so I can always control it from down there. And then you just press the orange, changes to orange, turn the white one off, you got full orange. Full dimmable light as well, so pretty happy with that. And then it's just a matter of flicking that off, it turns it off. But yeah, heaps better than these lights I put in 3-4 years ago. But yeah, so now we're just going to tackle taking this off. This is going. You'll see in a later episode what we're going to do with the oven. But yeah, we're going to mount the Ecoxgear SE18 up in the canopy now. So we're going to start pulling this apart and do that. Alright, pantry officially out. So plan here is I'm going to get the new Ecox Sound Extreme SE18 little mini speaker. It's going to mount up here. So that's the plan. Going to work out our wiring, where we're going to run it. It's all going to go back to a switch over here. So pretty much now I'm going to start trying to figure out this wiring. Probably pull the fridge out to get to it, and then go from there. So I'll pop this down and we'll get started. done is I've just drilled a little hole here previously when I had the old speaker mounted here. Ran the cable from there through to here, which was the old exit. Punched back through there and then just brought it out here, which is just enough length there to wire it up and mount it there. So now just got to get this end and put it down here on one of the switches, and then I'll get some of these nutserts, mount them over here and get the speaker mounted, and that's pretty much done for this episode.
But that really doesn't matter, baby. No, the challenge is to keep the love and make it last forever, maybe. Should have known right from the start. I'll keep chasing you until you melt my heart.
Alright, so as you can see, speaker is now in. Just drilled a little hole back up through here, running the cable all the way back down to there, and it connects to this switch here. So flick that on, speaker automatically turns on,
Speaker on.
and then
Speaker
it will
mode.
try and connect to the phone.
Ready to connect.
With that. So, pretty happy with that. Switches are all done. Yeah. Now just put the fridge back in, and that's this episode.
I keep chasing you, chasing you. I keep chasing you, chasing you. I keep. We have traveled the same path, next to each other, baby. Oh, but we never really did. Travel together.
Alright guys, so that's the end of the episode. Got all the electrical side done of it. The fridge is back in. Speaker's mounted now. We've got this light here now works, and the old lights still work as well. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for episode 3, which we tackle the driver's side. See ya. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching this episode. Next week, I'm going to show you how to turn a set of cheap King's drawers and a drawer fridge into something that looks way more high-end than it should. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell so you don't miss this one. Catch you on the next episode.